Okay, my name is James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. So, let me begin with saying that this video is not for children due to foul language that's going to fly out my mouth. Alright, so if you're under 13, go live the dream. Go watch Subandaka. Go watch Power Rangers. Go watch anything but this video because this video has adult content and my mouth is kind of foul and I would prefer you not to learn anything new from me unless it's a literal martial art. Alright, so in my other video, I talked about not taking a weapon to a fight because a weapon can be an advantage to take it away from you. I showed a video of 2 Asian women fighting with broomsticks. Then I got into detail about a knife and a gun and fights like that. So now I'm giving you my personal opinion. I'm going to be honest and to the point. I'm going to be 1000% honest now. And you're not going to like it and I don't give a damn. Alright? Now let me explain why I don't give a damn. Because it's two things about a fight that you got to understand. Someone's going to win and someone's going to lose. No matter what end of that spectrum you are on, that's how it's going to happen. Oh, I forgot the third possibility, or it's actually 4. The third possibility is somebody's going to break it up before it gets started. Or somebody's going to break it up when it goes too far. That's like the third possibility. The fourth and sad possibility is that you may die in a fucking fight. Rather it be in the arena of a controlled environment or rather it be in a street fight. Because there's only really 2 types of fights. You have controlled environments, which is you're fighting for sport, and accidents do happen and people do die. It's not murder, boxers fight and then they go home and die. So it's not murder, it's just that it was an unfortunate incident. Those do happen. Now in a street fight, anything goes. Pop bottles, sticks with nails in it, pipes, wooden sticks, bats that Negan carries around. All that shit goes. It's just fucking street fight. If you've never been in a street fight, you've been blessed. I've been in a few. Quite a few. So I'm telling you, for example, when people are coming at you with broken glass bottles like some shit they see on TV, that shit's fucking real. When people are coming at you with sticks with nails in it, that shit's fucking real. Baseballs, barbed wire, I've never had that happen, but that shit's fucking real. But it also depends on your location. Here in Charlottesville, I think the weirdest thing that somebody's fought me with was just a fucking broken pop bottle and a stick with no nail in it and a fucking pipe. But I, on the other hand, also had when I had a pipe. It's the only time I ever had a weapon in my hand. Most of the time I've been the weapon. But for those fights that didn't really get physical, but it was because they brought weapons, and I would tell them, well, you go first. And then after we see what happens, I said, I'm promising you, I'm going to get that weapon from you, and I'm going to use it on you. So it never got physical. And in that case, that was the story where I ninja kicked the shit out of 3 people, and the 4th person I ninja kicked decided to get a stick, and I got a pipe. So that kind of leveled the playing field. I said, you go ahead and hit me with that stick, and I'm going to wrap this goddamn pipe around your fucking neck. And then it's going to be all she wrote because I'm not going to stop until you're dead. So, yeah, I did a lot of fighting. From the age of 6 to 12, I fought just with my hands and feet. And by the time I got 15, I was just in, like, street fights. One time I got into a fight that whole week is where that came from. So, as we begin, none of those guys have ever come back with me with a gun. Alright? And I respect them for that shit. And I've never gone after anybody who's ever kicked my ass, which has been my big sister, with a fucking gun. Right? And here's my feelings on that. If I have to get a knife or a gun or any weapon at all, we're done playing. I'm not going to fight you anymore. I'm going to straight bludgeon your shit. Now, I have had that happen. I've had somebody talk me down from beating the fuck out of somebody. I have been having a bad day, and God rest this guy's soul because he died not too long ago. But he wouldn't stop fucking with me. He was from up Philly. And he was talking all kinds of shit to him, and I said, look, dude, just leave me the fuck alone. They're having a good day. And there are some people that even though you respectfully tell them to leave you alone, they have to keep pushing the envelope. And so they will push it until they can't. And this guy, who is a friend of my bros, and I'm leaving his name off because he died. I was going in the house, I was diffusing the situation, I was walking away. and then he touched me. I don't know why he did that, and I don't know what the hell's going on in my head. The Rock's Walking Tall had just came out, and I had a stick just like that in the basement. And I went all the way to the basement, and I got that fucking stick. And he was still outside running his goddamn mouth. He was bigger than me, so he was stronger than me, but he was gonna die. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I didn't give a fuck if he could fight better than me. I was gonna kill this motherfucker. And when a guy like me goes and gets a weapon, we're not playing anymore. We're finishing this shit once and for all. You're never gonna bother me again if I have to go get a weapon, which is why I said, if you have a knife or a gun, you're a fucking pussy. Alright? Now, this guy was bigger than me. I wanted to level the playing field because I'm a street fighter. I'm a martial artist, but I was a street fighter first. So I went and got this big walking tall stick. And I chased this motherfucker up the goddamn street, across the goddamn street, and behind the house across the street. And had my aunt not been there, I'd be in prison now because I was going to bludgeon this motherfucker. Now, I know martial arts. I normally don't ever have to get a weapon. 3 times in my lifetime, I've gotten a weapon. 2 times for the same guy, and 1 time for this guy I'm talking about right now. I was going to kill him. Without a shadow of a doubt in my mind, I was going to kill him. Now, every other fight I've been in, there was no need for that. These motherfuckers work. And I probably could have used these on him. But I was already in anger overload. And I asked him nicely to stop. And then he wouldn't. I got 2 policies in life. I'm going to be nice until I can. And if I ask you to stop, and you don't, game's over. I'm not using these anymore. I'm going to get something to permanently end your shit. Now, granted, it will not be a knife or a gun. It may be my walking tall stick. But it's going to be something that I'm going to get to enjoy using. So, therefore. So, I had the stick. He had nowhere to go. He was stuck. He diddly had nowhere to run. He was stuck in a neighbor's yard, and he had nowhere to go. He was tired from running from me, and I'm like a machine. When I get angry, I don't stop. I'm more deadly to everybody pissed off than I am in a sane sense of mind. So I basically went Wolverine Berserk, just without the claws. Had my big ass walking tall stick, and I had him cornered. I said, see, I asked you nicely to stop, and you ain't want to fucking stop. So now, I'm going to stop you. I'm going to break every bone in your body with this big fucking stick. And then, I'm going to bludgeon your ass to death, and you're going to ask me to kill you, and I'm not. I'm going to make you wish that you were dead. I'm going to hurt you really, really fucking badly. So, about the time I drew that stick back up, my aunt started calling my name. He didn't mean it. He just drunk. Leave him alone. I said, no. See, I don't give a flying fuck if you're drunk or not. There's no excuse for you to not respect the stop. When someone asks you to stop, you should stop. If you choose to keep going, what happens to you next is your fucking fault. And then my aunt started reasoning with me. She's like, do you want to go to jail for the rest of your life for this motherfucker? I said, I'm not going to go to jail. He fucked with me first. The cops know who I am. I've never broken the law a day in my life outside of a speeding ticket. And I don't have a problem going to jail for bludgeoning this motherfucker because he should have left me the fuck alone when I gave him the option to. Now he doesn't have an option. Outside of, he has 2. He can go to heaven or he can go to hell, but I'm going to be the one that sends him there. And so my aunt, she started getting closer to him. I said, don't come any closer to me, because if you think I will not hit you with this to get to him, you do not know who the fuck I am. I said, I will stop at nothing to get to my enemy. Whether he is a good person or a bad person, he hit the wrong motherfucker today, and now he's got to pay for it. He's got to go to Jesus, or he's got to go to Satan, but he's going one way or the other. And he's like, and you're going to jail? I said, you act like I give a fuck. I said, they got to come and get me. And I said, and they're going to have to shoot me to go to wherever they want to take me to. And I said, and if I die and go to hell, I'm going to find you. And I'm just going to beat you some more. Because you started this shit. And now I'm going to finish it. So, my aunt got the reasoning, and she got talking about my dad. What would your dad do if he was here? And my dad was still alive at the time. And anytime my dad is brought into question, it's like my logic kicks back in. And I said, okay, you can go. I said, but I'm going to give you fair warning. I don't give a fuck if you're drunk. I don't give a fuck if you're sober. If you ever come near me again in any kind of hostile manner, it'll be the last thing you do on earth before you meet Jesus. And that's when I started saying that. So then I took my walking tall stick back in the house, put it back in the basement where it was, and I left it there. Never touched it again. I was had to tape the bottom. And then I talked to him the next day, and he was all apologetic and everything. And I said, look, man, all you had to do was stop. He said, was you really going to kill me? I said, yeah. I won't come. I don't play. I said, look, anytime a martial artist has to resolve into getting a weapon, the games are over. You know, I'm not going to be kicking you in the face. I'm going to be cutting your face clean the fuck off. You know, and so we became good friends after that. Now, I know what you're thinking. I just told y'all that I got a knife or a gun. Well, if you have a knife or a gun, you're a pussy. What's the difference between having a knife or a gun and a big fucking stick? Okay, there is no difference. But the difference is simple. As a child, until I was 16, all I knew was how to fight. It's the only damn thing I've ever been able to do. When I was 6 years old, my uncles made me fight in the streets. Alright? Never had to get a weapon. Never got my ass kicked. Always beating people up. When I turned 7, I learned martial arts. That didn't make me less dangerous. It only made me more dangerous. Okay? When I got to the age of 16, I had been training with the Green Beret for 3 years. From 16 until 19. Because by then, he was leaving Kegler's, and whenever the hell he left is when I stopped training. So that might be a little bit off a little bit between a 2 or 3 year span. But I know I started working with them at 15. By the time I was 16, he was training me. And by the time I was 19, he was long gone. So to that man whose name I'm leaving off, thank you. But I'm one of these people that, you know, if you push me far enough, I'm going to fucking hurt you. And I'm not going to hurt you for bragging rights. I'm going to hurt you so that you don't hurt me ever again. And when you see me coming, you'll know I'm not the guy to fuck with. So I had got that walking tall stick because I was done playing with him. The guy had been bothering me for a while. He kept on teasing me. I don't mind you teasing me because I've been bullied all my damn life. But when I tell you not to touch me, when I tell you to stop, respect the stop. He didn't respect the stop. And me, instead of using my logic, I use rage. And I get off on being mad. So, as mad as I was, I went down there and got that big walking tall stick and decided I'm going to beat this bitch to death. Period. I don't give a fuck what it takes. I'm going to beat him to death. So then, you know, I had already been through so much shit with family, like stabbing me in the back over and over and over and over and over again. And I had just decided, you know, well, at least in jail I get 3 free meals, you know, but this motherfucker's got to go. And that was my logic at the time. So when I tell you, if you take an ass whooping and you got to go get a knife or a gun to come get even with this motherfucker, what did you do to get into the fight in the first place? Did you not respect the stop? Did someone tell you like 7 or 8 times you need to stop? And did you just like poke one more time? You know, if you poke a bear with a stick and your ass get mauled, is it the bear's fault or is it your fault? It's your fucking fault because you shouldn't have been fucking with the goddamn bear. Now, the thing with, you know, doing something that you shouldn't do versus why, alright? If you are so afraid to get your ass beat, then here's what you need to do first thing. Keep that shit shut. Second thing. Keep that shit shut. Don't talk about the person that you hate. Don't go around saying shit to other people because you don't know who that motherfucker knows. And you don't know what's going to happen next. Alright? And the third thing. Learn to fight. If you know how to fight a little bit, you have a better chance of fucking winning the fight. You ain't got to know how to fight a lot. Just enough to keep your ass from getting your ass beat. But the honest truth be told, truth be told, if you don't want your ass beat, keep your mouth shut. No, if you don't feed into it, then there's nothing for the person to come and beat your ass for. Really. No. And some people have not learned that lesson. And we've been on Earth for how many eons now? and people haven't learned how to keep their damn mouth shut. You know, there's a thing about asking for an ass whooping versus the person who's throwing you the ass whooping. What did you do? Why did you set this person off? Why didn't you stop when they told you to stop? Because humanity, that's right, us humans, have a lack of doing what the fuck we want instead of doing what's right. And then when we get our ass beat, we want to go crying about it. Therefore, respect the stop. So I'm going to make a second video to this. Alright? Be ready.